All right, welcome back to Live Impact News. We are continuing to follow a case that is now spanning multiple jurisdictions here in Hampton Roads, and that is a shooting that happened in Norfolk last night, but has now led law enforcement officers to the Seaford area of York County, where they are searching for a suspect. And we're going to show you the latest photo of that suspect that we do have. That's 30-year-old Skylar Brock, He is believed to be in the Seaford area. And as our reporter Derek Lytle just told us, York County officials were brought to a home connected to Brock because they located his vehicle at the home, and that is why we had that large police presence there and the shelter in place this morning. They did not make contact with him, but law enforcement officers say they believe Brock is armed and dangerous. We're going to hear now from York-Poquoson Sheriff Ron Montgomery, who spoke to Derek just about an hour ago. He has the latest on this case and the details we now know.
Well, we got a call in the 10 p.m. area last night from the Norfolk Police Department that they had this shooting and that they had evidence that the suspect in their shooting had traveled back to York County, and they gave us an address they asked for us to check in an area in the Seaford area of York County. One of my deputies went down through that area and about 11:45 found the car that they were looking for that was involved in their shooting in Norfolk, and that's how our involvement started.
And so that car had seemed to be abandoned, and that was found last night?
No, it was actually parked in the driveway of a residence in the Seaford area.
Gotcha. And so was that a home tied to that car too, or?
Well, our investigation had determined that the individual they were looking for had been residing at that residence.
Okay. And moving from that point to where we got to this morning, if you could kind of fill in some of those details.
Well, essentially, when Norfolk made us aware of this and we located the vehicle, then we had every reason to believe the suspect was at the residence because, as I said, he had been residing there. So we started to assemble our emergency response team, our tactical unit. Norfolk came over with some of their detectives and some of their personnel as well. We reached out to the city of Newport News to ask if they would participate and provide an armored vehicle that they have along with some of their staff. So all of us collaborated initially as to try to locate this individual at this residence in Seaford.
And was that home one near the elementary school? Is that kind
yeah,
of
it's probably less than a mile on the left-hand side of the road as you pass the elementary school, yes.
And people over in the Ghent area in Norfolk yesterday were kind of concerned, hey, is it kind of safe out here? Over here, people were concerned this morning. Is there a threat with this 30-year-old man? Can you kind of dive into where we stand at this time?
Well, clearly he should be considered a dangerous individual and armed at this point, because based on the information that we received this was a pretty brazen shooting over in the city of Norfolk in a very populated area, very busy area of their city at approximately 8:45 at night. So yeah, I would consider this individual armed and dangerous.
You guys know a lot about his direct ties to your area and kind of what people should be on the lookout for here.
Don't really have a lot of information about him. Apparently he's been residing in this area for at least a few months. I don't know how long beyond that. We're still looking into that as well. But if any members of the public know this individual, obviously we would ask you not to approach him, but to contact us or local law enforcement.
It's a life-threatening shooting that happened last night, and God forbid anything else happens at the hands of this individual. But how important is it to your unit to square things away and make sure that your community is taken care of?
Well, the fact that he's potentially here in York County has our 100% attention today. We're going to do everything we can do to locate this individual as fast as we possibly can. So we're still working on it right now, trying to locate him in York County. So we are not going to give up. If he's in York County, he's going to be found.
We talked in a couple of our previous conversations about the importance of flock and the work you guys do. Is that a sentiment here? I know you guys have been tracking a vehicle, but when you have the multi-agency jurisdiction involvement, is that a big role as well?
Well, yes, because that technology allows us basically to track the suspect vehicle almost from point A to point B to where we located it. So flock is instrumental in these types of cases, yes.
Does the guy have family or other resources in town here that you guys are aware of or that you're tracking to?
My investigators are looking into that right now. I don't have that information right now.
You know, I know you had mentioned we don't know too much about the history of previous involvement, but did he have any previous involvement with you guys?
One of my deputies issued him a traffic ticket here a couple of months ago on Seaford Road, not far from this residence. That's the only other involvement that I'm aware of right now that this agency has had with him.
Gotcha. That's what I had for you at this moment. Anything you want to add about that the public should know, or that you want to get out at this time?
No, the fact that Norfolk has put his photograph out there, and if people know where he is, please give us a call, because he's accused of a fairly serious crime and he is considered armed and dangerous, and we would like to have him incarcerated as quickly as possible.
Should people, last thing is, people here locally should just kind of be aware that you guys may issue another shelter in place at some point today if you guys have to make contact with this individual?
Well, if we were to develop information that he was in a residence again here in York County, then we're going to make sure that the citizens are safe as well. So if we have to issue that order again, we will.